Hello, and welcome to another Mass Talk. I gotta do the face washing, and I gotta think about what we're gonna talk about today. So, not really any updates on the trying to conceive journey. Today I'm filming this the day before this comes out, so we're 6 DPO today. Tomorrow will be 7 DPO. I guess there is a little bit of update because I have been using temperature this cycle. I mean, I got it a little late in the cycle, but not too late. Like, I can still see when my ovulation was. So that's been an interesting new development of things. So I was doing it, and I was surprised to see that I actually had a dip in my temperature on the day of ovulation, or the day before. I'm not sure how that works, because it happened on the same day that I got, let's see if there's anything left in here, that I got my positive ovulation test. But I take my ovulations test in the morning, and they say to take them in the afternoon. So I'm not sure if, I would have been positive the afternoon before, or how that really works. But I did get my ovulation dip on the same day, and then the Pre-Mom app and the Flow app both said that I was ovulating the next day, which was last Friday. So, that's, I guess, what we're going with. I feel like I could be 6 or 7 DPO right now. And my temp's been going up, so confirmed ovulation, and it wasn't just my body trying to ovulate. And I think that's one of the biggest things with doing this, because I have PCOS, so you have, LH surges, and you never really know, did I actually ovulate? And then you're supposed to, keep on testing your LH, see if you have more spikes, but that's not even going to necessarily tell you anything. And I guess my underlying LH is probably higher, too, than other people, because, it'll fluctuate between, a 0.3 and a 0.7 on a normal basis. And I've only gotten, actual positives more recently, so I don't even know, if I was just missing my peaks before, or what was happening. I'm just not even sure. But I definitely got my peak, and my temp dropped, and then my temp started to go up, and Pre-Mom was confirmed, you ovulated. We did the baby dancing, and hopefully it means we're gonna have a baby. Obviously chances aren't that great, but also I've been spotting since ovulation, and not even a little, it's a little comparatively, but it's a lot. It's little compared to a period, but a lot compared to regular spotting. And I'm just what is going on? Body, what are you doing? And it's been happening this whole time. And I will say that I've not been taking my supplements that I personally decided to take. And that could be affecting things, because maybe I needed the chasteberries or something, because I feel like my spotting hasn't been like this. And also, I have this progesterone cream that I've been using morning and night. And, it's not prescription. It just says it's powerful. But it's primarily, the first ingredient is, some kind of white tea, a chamomile infusion, and the second one's a green tea version, and then you have the wild yam. And my understanding is that wild yam has progesterone in it. And there's a bunch of other ingredients too. Like some of them, I don't know what they are. So I don't know how healthy this is. But need something. Because I feel like my progesterone is low, and maybe that's why I have the bleeding. I'm not sure. But I am worried that because I have the bleeding, that means that my lining is not going to be thick. Like, I'm afraid that I'm shedding some of it, and that the egg won't have or anything to like connect to. So that is a concern. It is a worry. Hoping that we can get an early positive, go in to confirm and test my progesterone levels and see if I need to be taking the supplements. Because during a medicated cycle, I would be taking the supplements before I even get the positive. But my doctor also thinks that really the progesterone shouldn't be impacting the pregnancy stuff, but there's like mixed stuff on that. You never really know what's going on. And like, there's just not great research for women's health. It's just not. And most people will say, like, you know, they care more about the babies than they do about the women carrying them. It is true. I mean, even to get to my PCOS diagnosis, like, I came off of birth control. I wasn't getting my period. I thought, wow, maybe I just got like pregnant right away or something. Or like, you know, it was hard to know what was happening. And, you know, after like 3 months going to my doctor, my gynecologist, and being like, I haven't had my period, blah, 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 blah. Or it had been it might have only been 2 months at that point. And she was like, oh no, it's fine. It's just because you came off the birth control. Like, okay. And she never told me like when to come back in if it hadn't started again. She just was like, oh, it'll start. And then a couple months after that, I came in for my annual, and I was like, I still haven't had my period. And she was like, you still haven't had it? And then she prescribed me like oral progesterone, I think essentially is what it is. And it's supposed to like jumpstart your period. You like take it for a little bit and then you stop taking it. And then when you stop taking it, it's supposed to make your period naturally happen. It was not happening. It didn't work. And after that, you're like, well, you know, I don't really think there's anything wrong with you, but we should get these tests done, and you should go in and get an internal ultrasound done. And then she was like, I don't think it's going to show anything though. And then we go in and it shows that I have like the little cysts. They're not really cysts on the ovaries. And I'm like, oh man. So it was happening. And then I had to go see like a specialist for fertility and stuff, because, you know, I didn't get my period for a year. And so it's like nothing happened in this whole time. And then as soon as I got it, finally, but then like, you know, it's been more than a year since then. So you would think that, you know, before, like, it makes sense that I didn't get pregnant, I wasn't ovulating. But now that I've been ovulating for over a year, you would think within that year that it would be likely for me to get pregnant. You know, ideally you get pregnant within the first 6 months, and then as you get older, when you hit, it's like 35 or something, maybe it's 30, I don't know. Then it takes, they're like, after, no, they say a year first. Oh, I'm confusing myself. So if you don't get pregnant within a year, and then you go see the fertility specialist, and then as you get older, it's 6 months, because you get more crunch time or whatever, and your hormones could be all wacky like mine are. So, you know, we're at this stage now, and if this cycle doesn't work out, then we start IUI. We were supposed to start it this month, but stuff happened. So we're going to start it next month if I get my period in like a week or so. But hopefully not. Hopefully I have enough baby dust. You know, I just want the baby. I want to start that chapter of my life. I will say, business is kind of booming right now. I just had one of the longest weeks. I mean, it's not over yet, But I just had one of the longest weeks that I've had in a long time. I don't work as much as I used to, and as a therapist, like a full-time job, really is only like 20 to 25 clients a lot of therapists do in private practice. But my caseload is usually more like 30. And it used to be more like 30, 35. I'm do closer to 30 now. I just can't anymore. I don't want to. But this week it was closer to 40. My husband's like, you don't have almost 40 people scheduled. And I was like, what? I do? And it's because I had long days every single day. Today it ended up being shorter because I had multiple people cancel. One of them rescheduled to tomorrow, but the rest of them are rescheduling to next week. So it's all right. I didn't need those hours because I don't even usually work that much. So perfectly fine. I guess I'll give you guys another update next week. Hopefully we have good news. I don't know if I'll update you guys with good news or not. Maybe I will. Bye.